Good morning. Good morning to our healthcare heroes. Good morning to our local community and our viewing community here. My name's Nicole Traum, and I am here to share with you today's healthcare heroes self-care moment from Lee Health. So thank you so much for tuning in. It is Monday morning. It seems like a good morning to get some stuff done today. So this week we're going to talk about the idea of choosing joy. I think that we collectively, right, we're really good at choosing not joy. We're really good at kind of going towards those things that might not be as life enhancing as we like. Our minds kind of sometimes over time, over trauma, over experience, they're conditioned to kind of go to what's wrong. And when we practice mindfulness, we can start to bring in a practice of looking towards something that's more joyful, looking towards the good. When I first started practicing yoga and when I did my yoga training, one of the basic tenets of that yoga was to look for the good, to open to grace. We talked about that way early on in these videos, but opening up to that place of being able to receive and be in that goodness and to step into that flow of goodness. And yes, sometimes it's really, really, really hard, but in this practice, we allow ourselves to kind of just get little hits of it, little bits of joy, little bits of peace, little bits of happiness. So we're going to do some movement today, and then we're going to do a special breath that brings in more joy into our bodies. So let's start here by sitting up nice and tall. And if you can sit kind of forward in your chair so your low back moves in and up, and you feel a little bit of a curve in your low back. Maybe your belly starts to pull in, and just start to roll your shoulders onto your back a few times. I had this experience this weekend. I was meditating on Sunday. I was about to go out and do some photos for my website, which I was really excited about, almost like I haven't been that excited in a really long time. And so I'm sitting meditating. I'm like, oh, I need to just focus. And I kept kind of scolding myself. And so continue here with your movement. And then I realized I've not had this experience of excitement and joy in a long time. I think a lot of us right now have not had that experience, right? We haven't been able to tap into that feeling. And when we lose touch from that, we do have to kind of take those moments when we do feel it and really enjoy it. So what I decided was, as I was meditating, instead of just trying to think about nothing or bring my mind back to my breath, I was like, I'm going to let myself really experience this joy, this excitement. And once I let myself, gave myself permission to do it, I could feel everything soften, my face softened, my shoulders softened, I could feel myself sinking into the chair. And it made a really big difference. And that can be our meditation. That can be part of this mindfulness practice of allowing ourselves to kind of really feel, especially when we get into those good moments, because sometimes they're very few and far between, especially since we've been through all of this quarantine and everything that goes with it. So let's start now to move our bodies a little bit more. Bring your arms up, your elbows up to shoulder height, and just start to press them back. So you can bring them back and then forward. You can inhale as you reach your arms back, and then exhale, bringing those elbows in towards each other. If your elbows don't touch, don't worry about it. So we find joy in the moment. We can find joy in just moving our bodies and feeling that flow of breath, that flow of blood and energy. And we also feel that joy just by letting ourselves be more present. And that takes practice. It really does. But when we do feel it, remember, just take a moment to note it. Be like, wow, this feels good. Good. Let's do two more like this. Just opening and closing those shoulders. Feel the front corners of your chest open. The back of the shoulders draw towards each other. Good. Last one. And then as you come on out, you can just start to roll your shoulders onto your back, feeling what you just created, feeling a little bit of that joy there. Good. Take your right arm down and stretch your left arm up and over. So we'll inhale and then exhale it back down. Just go nice and slow. Big inhale, up and over. Exhale as you come back down. Stretching through the side body. Good. And then coming back. Two more. So big stretch up and over, and then come all the way back. And then this time as you come up, just bring that arm straight up. Reach it up towards the sky and look to your left. Press down through your left hip. Feel yourself lean back a little. Open your chest, your heart. Take a big breath in. And exhale it all the way out. Good. And then come on back. Move your head and your shoulders. You'll feel that warm rush of blood, of energy into your shoulders. And then bring your left elbow down. And let's start with the right one. You're going to reach it up and over. And then exhale it back down. So just slowly creating some space. And a lot of times when we start to move, right, because our mind it's programmed to kind of look for like, what doesn't work here? What doesn't line up, right? So sometimes that means we go towards the things that don't feel good. So we can acknowledge those things, but we can also train our mind to look for those things, to experience those things that do feel good, those things that bring us joy. Good, 2 more like this, and then we'll hold it there. So inhaling and exhaling, good. Reaching up and over and coming back. And then this last one here, we're gonna reach the arm just straight up. You can just start to look to your right, lean back, shoulders back, head back, opening your chest and your heart, giving yourself a little bit extra space. Take another 2 breaths and sit. And then come all the way back. And again, move your shoulders. You could move your head. Ooh, lots of crackles this morning. Good. And then let's start to do a little bit more movement to stretch out our back body. So we're going to inhale our arms up, stretching up tall. And as you exhale, you can come forward and feel your back body start to stretch. Inhale, lifting up. Good. And then exhale as you come forward. And notice here, your back might be really tight. Maybe you did a lot this weekend, or maybe you didn't do enough this weekend. So we just want to ease in. Try not to go any further than your body allows. That's it. Just feeling your back body stretching here. Let's do 3 more. Big breath in. Big breath out, reaching up and then bowing forward. And then this last one, as you come forward, you can just start to reach towards your feet, one side at a time. So right side and left side, just stretching through your back body, breathing nice and full. Good, take 2 more breaths. Just reaching down with the right hand and the left hand. Good morning. And then we'll roll ourselves all the way up and roll those shoulders onto the back again. So just feeling yourself settling in here. Good. And then just start to move your head side to side. So turn your head to the right and then to the left. Feeling a little bit of stretching here into your neck. Good. Let's do 2 more to each side. And then as you come back through center, we're going to take our arms up and just grab your right wrist with your left hand and start to reach it up and over to the left. So another side body stretch here. Roll your shoulder back, lean your head back. That's it. Just breathing nice and deep. Take another deep breath here. And come on back up. We'll grab our left wrist now with our right hand. Bring it up and over to the right. Pressing down with your right hip. Rolling your shoulders back. Bringing your head back. Breathing. Just making a little bit of space so that you can feel and notice what's going on. Notice not just the things that don't line up, but the things that do. And then come all the way out and bring your hands back behind you. So I'm going to scoot forward a little for that. So if you can't grab onto your hands, you can always grab a towel or a strap or a belt and just start to roll those shoulders back one at a time. Feel your shoulders as they move back. Feel the front corners of your chest starting to really open. Good, and then come to stillness here, and we're just going to start to turn our head to the right and to the left. Keep breathing here. Try and keep your chin parallel with the floor. So inhale and exhale. 1 more time to each side. So over to the right. That's it. Good. And over to the left. And then come all the way back through center. Move those shoulders. Let yourself breathe. Good. All right, so now as we were talking about moving towards joy, we're going to do a breath called breath of joy. You can do this one sitting or you can do it standing. We're going to do this one sitting, but if you wanted to come up and stand, you can do it as well. And the breath is kind of funny, but it's a good way to kind of oxygenate everything, start to expand the lungs, which is always a good thing. If you have like a runny nose, you might want to grab a tissue and just blow your nose a little bit. I know it's allergy season here in Florida. So just making sure that you have the space to do this. So I'll show you the breath part, and then we'll do the arm part, and then we'll bring it all together. So the breath goes like this. You take 3 sniffs of breath through your nose. So you go, and then 1 big exhale out through your mouth. You can even give it a little noise. So one more. Good. That's the hard part. Maybe the arm part's a little harder. So now the arm part goes like this. We're going to bring our arms forward, out, up, and then you can come forward as you come down. So we'll go forward, out, up, and down. Forward, out, up, and down. Keep going. Forward, out, up, and down. One more practice round. Forward, out, up, and down. So as you come back up, I know some of you in your head are like, that is going to be way too complicated for me. You can make it look like this. That's fine. As long as you're moving a little bit with your breath, that's going to be fine. Sometimes we get in the flow of it and it's good. And then other times it's like, what? Wait. So good news is that I can't see you. No one else can see you except whoever's with you. So just let yourself get into that breath, even if you're just doing the breath part. All right, so let's add them together now. So we're going to inhale. So we'll do the, and then, so we'll do it nice and big. So let's start together. Three more. Good, and then roll yourself back up. You're gonna feel this rush of energy. You can take a comfortable seat and just kind of let yourself feel that breath. So it's called breath of joy because it brings this amount of joy back. You're gonna feel your breath a little more expansive. So let's tap right into that. Inhaling and exhaling. Notice your ribs, everything start to expand and then soften. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Feeling yourself filling up with breath and emptying out. Breathing nice and deep. Close your eyes. Give yourself a moment to just be in that moment, feeling your breath, feeling your energy, maybe a little more expansive, a little more awake. Let your shoulders roll onto your back. Relax your head, relax your jaw. Give yourself the space here to just be. Notice what it's like this morning in your body, in your breath, and know that it's okay if your mind goes to those places that just don't quite line up. That is your body's way of figuring out what it needs to do next, right? We want that, right? But we don't want to linger there forever. So we acknowledge those places. And then let your mind start to scan and wander and find those things that do feel good. Lean back in your chair. Let your shoulders move back. Feel that support behind you. Feel your shoulders moving back. Even start to let your jaw move back a little. And feel that breath move all the way up your spine, all the way up through the back of your head, letting the front of your body soften, your hips release. That's it. We'll take 3 more rounds of breath here, just searching for a little bit of joy, a little bit of feeling good in our body and in our breath. That's it. 1 more deep breath. Good. And then as you come back to the presence of the room here, you can start to bring some movement to your fingers and your toes. If you want, you can stretch out your arms, even stretch out your legs here. And then come back to that comfortable seat, whatever it is for you, bringing your hands in front of your heart. So we honor this practice. We honor the practice of allowing ourselves to search for the good, to look for the good, to experience joy when we do experience it. Let ourselves fully be in it. Let ourselves have that smile, that body softening moment. And it might just be in the smallest thing, like a sip of coffee, right? Or the moment you get your kid off to camp or whatever it is, right? But enjoy those moments, right? Let yourself practice mindfulness in all the little moments. So thank you so much for watching. This has been Nicole Traum for Lee Health's Healthcare Heroes Self-Care Moment. I want to bow to you for your courageousness today. And we'll be back tomorrow at 6:40 a.m. Hope to see you then. Bye.